Ladies and gentlemen, Forbes Middle East welcomes you to Retail Rebooted, where industry leaders have come together under one roof to discuss how the landscape of retail is rapidly changing. The retail industry leaders for 2019 will be introduced as we reveal the top 20 retailers of the Middle East. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the first panel for this afternoon, Leveraging Innovation to Better the Customer Experience. Shafina Yusuf Ali, Daniel Perry, Pershid Vakil, Fahad Abdurrahman Qad, Odi Trikaliotis, Mr. Mohammed Dedi.
How we think of innovation and why it's important.
In a recent study we did on the retail sector in Dubai, we actually found something very interesting. When we asked people if they had an exceptional experience or a bad experience, how likely were they to talk about it? And we found that actually when the experience is unexpectedly positive, more people are likely to talk about it than if it is a negative, which is counterintuitive of what we used to say in the past. It seems that there is a lack of positive experiences that really stand out in consumers' minds and customers' minds. Therefore, that's why we believe this is what we observed, that if something really positive happens, you want to share it. If something negative happens, not that much in comparison to a positive experience. So therefore, that shows that it's critical to create opportunities for delight in the retail sector when you talk to customers, when you serve customers, and when you host customers in your establishment.
So how does this translate, maybe, Shafina, in your experience, right, as a food and beverage entrepreneur?
I think review sites like TripAdvisor or Zomato, they all, I think, validate this exact point that when they have a positive experience in the restaurant, they're more likely to sort of give us a review or talk about it rather than sort of have a negative review and then say, oh, I'm never just going back there again. I think that's the trend with the millennials or the young generation of today. They want to sort of have a positive outlook in life, and they want to display the positive experiences that they have, which I think is what the innovation is trending towards now, where it's about creating more positive sort of experiential experiences. They want to have an experience and they want to talk about their experience rather than have a negative experience and then just forget about it. I think that's what it's about in today's times.
You know, food and beverage, it's easy to picture, you know, how innovation comes out because, you know, social media and things are used so frequently, and that's typically, I think, what Shafina is referring to.
I think innovation starts with knowing your customer better. I mean, you can use any form of technology, you can use any form of service standards. If you do not know your customer, I think you're way away from reality. And in today's day and time, the customers are ever changing. So we focus on our customers first. And it also varies from business to business. The approach towards innovation for example, a startup would be totally different in comparison to a business that has been there for a decade or two or three. But we often take it for granted that we know the customer. Contrary to the fact that the customer changes year after year, consumer behavior changes year after year, consumerism changes year after year, the likes and the dislikes change after year. So we cannot say that what innovation we can use today will work for us or anybody in 2 years' time and 5 years' time. We take it for granted.
What about on the mall side, right? I think there's there's a saying now that shoppers don't come to the mall because they want to, it's, you know, or because they have to, it's because they want to.
So we've just opened our mall 3 weeks ago. That was the expansion. So we're now 400 stores. So it took us 6 years to get the expansion up and running, which is a 1.5 million square foot expansion. So it's not a little one. We spent about 2 years, exactly what Kirsty just said, knowing your customer. So we wanted to create the experience for the customer. We are Abu Dhabi-based, golf-related. We're a New York company based in Abu Dhabi for the last 10 years. The stat that I always throw out, we know that 33,000 babies are born in Abu Dhabi every year. That makes about 15% of the population less than 5 years of age. So our customer is kids and mums and families. So how does that translate into a shopping experience? Baby change rooms, family rooms, really nice bathrooms. Let's start with the simple things. Elevators to let strollers and families and nannies come up together. And then parks. We've just created 3 open parks, 24/7. In the cooler months, they're not built for this weather. And what we've created is a kids area for under 5s, and another park for teens, and another one for quiet relaxation. And we've put soft play, we've put Jenga, we've put pool tables, bocce, all sorts of things to create an experience. Our motto is eat, play, shop. People come together to malls to have a family experience and to meet people and to have that social engagement that you can't get on your phone. So we're actually creating a break from technology as the experience.
Building on that, so give us a flavor. So what's an example of some of these places where you see intersection?
They all need to take their kids to extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
Rather than going to standalone areas around town or leave them in school for these additional couple of hours. For a parent, it's much better to take them in environments such as a mall. So bring them to take that activity, do the activity in a mall setting, while the parents can go and do something during the wait time. Entertainment. Everyone likes going to cinemas. As simple as a cinema might be and as widespread as it might be, these are basic needs that you need to provide. When it comes to adventure zones, generally when you look at adventures, trampoline parks and climbing, you don't generally find these in malls in the past, but now they're becoming a very important part and parcel of the experience that you're providing to the adults, adolescents, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of things that we see a commonality in, rather than a differentiated, sub-segmented product.